Hello there, my friends. Dave D here from my hotel room high above the city of Los Angeles. And I'm glad to have you with me here today. I'm looking forward to talking to you in this little mini class about bonuses and how bonuses can actually increase your sales. And the truth is that you should be using bonuses regardless of the type of business that you're in. So most of my customers fall into two major categories. The first are folks that are professional services providers, so financial advisors, attorneys, those type of folks. And then the other type are people who are coaches or information marketers. And a lot of professional services providers think, well, I get adding in bonus if I'm selling an online course or something like that, or a coaching program, but how do I do it? So I'm going to explain that in this video, as well as the two different types of bonuses that you should include, and then how to structure those bonuses inside of your presentation so that you create what I call a sales stampede, which is just creating such a desire inside your audience to take action and do what you ask them to do, which whether that's to buy your product, your online course, or whether it's to schedule an appointment with you for a consultation. So let's talk about the differences between info marketers and people who are in professional services. You both need bonuses, but for the most part, someone who's selling an online course or a set of DVDs or something like that is going to need more bonuses than someone who's selling professional services. And we call that stacking the bonuses. And again, when we get into structure about this, we'll get into more detail about how to structure it and exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're selling an online course, information product, coaching program, you're basically going to stack your bonuses. In fact, the reason I'm in LA is I did a live 3-hour broadcast with my great client and great friend Michael Rosbrook yesterday, and he does a magnificent job of just stacking the bonuses one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. And it creates an almost irresistible desire in the audience to buy what he's selling. That's why he closed about 24% of the folks who were watching his broadcast yesterday. So if you're selling professional services, the truth is you probably only need one bonus, because most professional services providers don't offer any bonuses. So my client, Linda Sherfy, who's an estate planning attorney, what she does when she does her presentations is if someone signs up for a consultation during her presentation, at the end of her presentation, she gives folks a set of DVDs on topics a set of CDs on topics that really truly interest them. And they get that when they show up for the consultation. And she says that it has dramatically boosted her sales. So you want to be thinking about, if you sell professional services, what is something that I can give to my prospect if they book a consultation with me, just for the consultation, not if they engage me or not. And information is truly one of the best things that you can create. Like Linda did, she created a series of 10 CDs on topics that interest her target market. I've got another client, Don Golden. Don is actually a bankruptcy attorney, and Don created a wonderful program called Fresh Start for Life. And the way Don uses his bonus is in the closing sequence during a consultation with the client. He doesn't even do it if he's doing a webinar or an in-person presentation. He uses it when he's closing one-on-one. It's one of the things, because he says that you get this course, which has a value of, I think it's $1,997. You get it for free, which will help you after we discharge your bankruptcy. Okay. And so again, very, very powerful, and no one else is doing it. So again, you can use bonuses in a one-to-one presentation when you're closing, or in a one-to-many presentation. But again, just to recap, the difference between someone who's selling an online course, coaching program, who's in the quote information publishing business, is you're going to stack your bonuses. If you are selling professional services, you're probably just going to have one bonus. And the truth is, you should be looking, because there are certain things that you're probably doing or giving to the client that you could reframe as a bonus. So, for example, I was talking to a consulting client of mine, very intelligent guy, does a great job, has a niche business, creating marketing systems uh, for a niche market. And he says, well, for the consultation, we do a complete analysis of the person's website to see where the holes are on the website. We come up with like a 20-page PDF report, which we give to them. Then we have the call with them to go over the report. And so all he needs to do, and what I instructed him to do, was just reframe that report that they get, the 20-page report, as a bonus. So when you sign up for the consultation, we're also going to give you this amazing bonus. We're going to do a deep dive into your website, and we're going to give you a 20-page report to see all of the spots where you're strong and spots where you're probably losing clients because you've got leaks inside of your website. So be thinking about, what can I what can I provide to my client that I already am giving to them, and just reframe it as a bonus. Okay. All right. So now we've discussed thus far the need for bonuses, and the difference between someone who's selling information and someone who is selling a consultation or a meeting or something like that. Let's talk about the two types of bonuses. Now, again, if you sell professional services, you're probably just going to offer one bonus, but let's just go over the two different types of bonuses. And this is going to apply most directly to someone who's selling information. You want to have what I call your core bonuses. Your core bonuses are bonuses that come with your product regardless of when someone buys it. So if they go on your website, the bonuses are listed. All right. And typically I like to have anywhere from 1 to 3 core bonuses. I usually go with about 3 core bonuses. Again, so no matter when someone buys my online course, they're going to get these bonuses. Right? And they're very, very important because, again, bonuses can help carry the sale. It increases the value and the perceived value of the offer. Okay, so the next thing is that we want to offer what I call a fast action bonus. So you've got your core bonuses, which always come with the program, and then you want to have your fast action bonus. So your fast action bonus is a bonus that that they get only for a limited time or a limited number. So, for example, in Michael's presentation that we did yesterday, the 3-hour live cast, he offered 2 fast action bonuses, which were only available for the first 99 people who took advantage of the opportunity and bought the product, right? Now, the fast action bonus is limited, and it can either be limited by time, it could be limited by number, but it could be limited. So when I go and speak at events, I'll say it's only available today, or I've even put up a countdown clock. It's only available until this countdown clock hits 0. And what this does is it creates the desire inside your audience to really run to the back of the room or run to the order form online and create and buy, because they don't want to miss out. The fear of missing out is often more powerful than the fear of getting something. So the fast action bonus. Now I'm going to give you a huge advanced tip here on the bonuses and how to structure this and how to present it. So even if you think you've heard all of this before, listen very carefully, because I see even seasoned pros who are great at one-to-many selling miss out on this little subtlety. And here's what it is. You do your core offer, right? And then you add on your bonuses, your core bonuses, the bonuses that always come with the offer. Then, of course, you can do a price drop or whatever scarcity, whatever you're doing to create that desire in your audience to take action. But here is the key. Once you lay out the core bonuses and you go to what they think is the final price, What you need to do is really sell the audience on the fact that that's it, that there's nothing else. So what I see most people do is they project to their audience that there's more coming up. And it takes away some of the power of that fast action bonus, which should be a surprise bonus, which should just send people into a frenzy. So once again, after you made your offer, you've included your core bonuses, you've done what the final price is going to be. You want to really sell that, really sell it. There should be people buying at that point. And then after you sell that and you've convinced your audience through the use of your language, through the use of the way you're using your body and your voice, your tonality, all of that, that's it, then you add on the kick-ass fast action bonus. And when you do that, people will just go crazy. And you want to make your fast action bonus something extremely powerful. So let me give you an example from my own business. I have a product which I call the Virtual Event Selling Machine, which teaches people how to book consultations, how to get meetings using webinars, right? So it's geared towards professional services providers. And that product sells for $1,997. And it's got a bunch of bonuses with it. Now, on occasion, when I'm speaking or I'm doing a live webinar or something like that, I sell it for $19.97. And then what happens, though, is the audience thinks that's it. People are already buying. And then I add on an additional fast action bonus, which is truly limited. And it is my Consultations That Close program. And so, which also sells for $19.97. And sometimes I do it at a discount. But the point is that they're getting a second program, which they really want, which makes total sense and ties in with the first program that they bought. So please understand this. It's not more of the same. The other mistake that I see people making with their bonuses, especially their fast action bonus, is it's more of the same. That's not what you want. You want something that is different, that's going to create, again, the internal desire inside your audience. It's almost an irresistible urge to buy. So with mine, I say, hey, my core product that I'm selling that has core bonuses in it, the Virtual Event Selling Machine, is all about booking those meetings, right? So now you're going to have your calendar filled with A-list prospects. And then when I add on, okay, now the next logical thing is now, if we can increase your closing percentage and you can close more of those, turn more of those prospects into customers or clients, that would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. Well, here's a completely another course that you can get, which I'm going to include free if you take action immediately. And that just creates a crazy desire inside your audience. I did the presentation with a joint venture partner earlier this year, and we closed over, I don't have the exact numbers, so you know how it is on the internet. Well, last time he told this story, he said it was 42%, and this time he's saying it's 43%. It was right around the 40% mark. It was 40% plus that I closed on a $2,000 sale. And again, people were ordering the product before they knew that the fast action bonus was even there. Okay, so number one, you need bonuses. All right, if you sell professional services, have at least one. If you sell information type of products, online courses, those types of things, stack your bonuses. Make sure that they're really good bonuses. But the key is, after you've done what they think is your final close, you've got to convince them that that's it. Then you hit them with a killer fast action bonus. And that is what creates the sales stampede for you. So you've got to really think through these things. Okay, so I see that we've got a few folks here watching this live. And so if you folks that are watching this live have any questions about anything that I just talked about, please enter your questions into the chat, and I'll be happy to answer your questions, any questions or comments, how it applies to your particular situation. I'll be happy to do that. If there are no questions, that's cool as well. While I am waiting for questions, let me just say that if you are interested in this topic and you're interested in learning how to sell more, how to create more value for your clients, how to make more money, if you're interested in that type of stuff, you might be interested in becoming a Dave D Inner Sanctum VIP. And as a Dave D Inner Sanctum VIP, every single month you get an in-depth masterclass on a topic. They're typically an hour long. There's handouts and everything like that, and it's on how to sell more, how to increasing your persuasion skills, how to do presentations, all of that type of stuff. And then in addition to that, we also have something called the Inner Game of Success, which is a monthly live training. In fact, we've got one coming up next week. So if you're an Inner Sanctum member watching this, then you want to make sure you join that training. And then in addition to that, we've got a virtual mastermind meeting that we do once a month, and where there's live Q&A, and that's a lot of fun. And so if you are interested in that, simply you can see it on the screen. Go to daved.com/VIP and check it out. All right, let me see here if we have any questions from anybody. Okay. Dave Sutherland asks, what kind of bonuses do you think would be good for SEO services? Well, Dave, I mean, quite frankly, that the bonus that I mentioned for you of if you can do an audit of what they're doing on their website, how it's show them where they're doing well, where it's not optimized when it comes to SEO, that would be a great bonus. It's very, very similar to what I mentioned earlier. Can you give any super successful bonuses you've stacked before? Well, yeah, I just mentioned one, which was an entire other course, right? So they're kind of getting 2 for 1. Then this is kind of interesting. So I made that offer a lot, but I used to make that offer as a 2 for 1 offer. So you would get both courses for the price of one. And that worked well. But when I switched it to the structure that I talked about, where you're getting this course for $19.97, but then you're getting this additional course for free, even though it's the same thing, I framed it as a bonus as opposed to just a 2 for 1 offer, the sales dramatically went up. All right, so that's why I wanted to share that structure with you. So other great bonuses are if you're having, for example, if you're doing a virtual event or a seminar, hey, not only do you get to, not only are you going to get this program, I'm also going to invite you to this event that you can come to. Other great bonuses are, for an information marketer, are a consultation call. So Michael has one of his bonuses, you get a 30-minute private consultation with him when you buy the product. So anything like that. The key is that it shouldn't be more of the same. It should really be something that's an extension, something else that they truly want. So it's either an extension of the next step. Like in my case, you book consultations with a virtual event selling machine, and now you've got to close this. Now you want to close the sale when you talk to them. Hey, I'm going to give you consultations that close, or something else that they truly desire. Let's see here. I like the 20-page report aspect. Mindy asks, as an estate planning attorney who authored a book, how should I use that? Well, what I would do is I would give the book to everyone who signs up for a webinar or an in-person presentation. And this is beyond what we're talking about here, but let me just give you some really good wording. If you're an author and you're doing a webinar or you're doing an in-person presentation, you want to use the words "an evening with the author." Now, that might not seem like a big thing to you, but it will dramatically boost the amount of people who sign up for your webinar, for your broadcast, or or who come to your in-person presentation. So an evening with the author, and then you can give the books away, autographed copies of the book at your event. But what you can do, Mindy, to talk about bonuses, is you can take some of the content from that book and turn it into a bonus, right? So a lot of folks, what they do, authors, they write a book and then they create a course out of the book. You can do the same thing. Now, by the way, it doesn't need to be a 6-hour course, right? But you can take pieces of that book and expand it to a course. And then when someone signs up for a consultation, since they already have the book, they'll probably want the online course as well. Okay. Let's see. Hannah asked, let me just get a sip of water here. I literally talked for like 3.5 hours yesterday, so my voice is a little shot. And I don't have a microphone. I'm just doing this from my MacBook here because I wanted to do this for you before I get on my flight to go back to Atlanta. So Hannah asked, can you give more examples of bonuses for professional services providers that does not take long to create, especially if you don't have an ebook or DVD to share? Sure. Well, let's go back to what Linda Sherfy did. Linda started doing a series of teleseminars. And by the way, teleseminars are still very powerful. Everyone thinks you've got to do a video thing. You don't necessarily have to. And depending upon your target market, by the way, having a teleseminar might be better. So for example, if your demographic skews older, a teleseminar might be better than a webinar, right? And so what she did is she just did these educational things. So for example, what I'm doing right here with this mini class, which is going a little bit over than the normal 20 minutes that I'd like to do it, but that's fine because there's questions. This could be a bonus, right? So I could package this up and make it into a bonus. So just start to talk about a topic, create an audio program, right? Get the audio, get it transcribed and turn it into a report that you can give to everybody. So information is one of the best things that you can offer. Now, in the Inner Sanctum program, one of the master classes was on actually creating information products that you can use as bonuses. All right. All right. Do we have any other questions from anybody? Those were all fantastic questions. All right. That do not, let's see. Oh, I see. Hannah, bonuses that do not take long to create, especially if you don't have an ebook. Yeah, that do not take, to create, just talk, right? Create an outline. So if you look here, I use Notion, right? For a lot of my things in my business, which is just, you can look it up, but I've got my notes here. And so I created literally, if I shared my screen, you could see it. There are 5 bullet points. Bullet point number 1 for this exact thing that I just did here. Great bonuses can put your offer over the top. You should use bonuses regardless of the business. Someone selling info products should use more bonuses, the 2 types of bonuses, and then structure. And so that was my entire outline for doing this. All right. And I just talked. If you know your topic, don't make this harder than it is, and then get it transcribed and get it edited. And then you can have a report or a series of reports, and it'll be done. All right. Hey, Mindy, thank you so much for that. Safe travels home. I appreciate it. I hope you guys got some tremendous value. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the old channel. And make sure you comment as well. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time.